Hello guys, once again welcome to Game on TV. I'm your host for today, the Kenyan Copite, Caleb Miruni, and with me is the Blue Kenyan, Arthur Israel. Welcome.
Thank you.
So this is another double game week 37. What is the strategy going into this mini double game week?
Being someone who overhauled points last game week.
I know, and congratulations by the way, I saw you hauled big. How many points did you score?
128.
Yeah,
and my captain didn't play one game.
So what's the strategy?
The strategy this game week, it's important. If you have a free hit, this is the right time to use it, because this is the last time we have a double game week. If you have it and you maintain some big hitters, the likes of Sony in your team, Mane, then you add them up with your double game week players, the likes of Vardy, Aston Villa players like Ings, who is in good form, coming back into the team recently, then you will get good points, I'm sure.
So as you can see back on our screen here, we have 5 teams having the double game with that. Aston Villa, we have Burnley, we have Leicester, we have Crystal Palace and Everton. If someone is free hitting, will you advise them to just have players from these teams, or there are other good options to consider?
Yeah, it is important if you are free hitting to have players from this team, because you being a manager, a double game week is like having multiple captains in your team. So if it's important to consider players from these teams, but also don't forget the big performers, the likes of Sony. I've already mentioned him. Yeah, he's in really good form. Yeah. There's Ken, people who are producing points game in, game out. There's De Bruyne, there's Mane, there's Diaz.
So assuming someone has the following chips, free hit, triple captain and bench boost, which will be the best chip to use during this game week?
Personally, this game week, I still believe the free hit is the best suited chip for this game week, because of the few teams. Not all the teams have double game weeks, only 5, which means if you can get a few players from these teams, then you are at an advantage, because also some people may struggle transferring players in and out. So having players from these other teams, and the easiest way of getting them is just using your free hit.
So I'll agree with my friend here, the Blue Kenyan. If you have the free hit, I think this is the right time to play the free hit, because you can maximize on the players having the double game week, plus this game week 37. Yes. So this is the second last game week. Don't forget to use the chip that you are having. It's the high time to use the free hit.
And just to chip in also, if you can also triple captain a player from a good player, which from these teams with double game weeks, you can also decide to risk and triple captain.
So the best point here is, if you have a chip, this is the high time to play. Yes,
this is the high time to use it.
Well, that's well noted. And again, another strategy is bringing in players, as you have said, bringing in players from these teams having good fixtures, or rather double game weeks.
Yes.
So which are the players you'll be considering going into this game week?
I already brought in Madison and Vardy last game week. So this game week, if I have to bring a player, then it will be someone maybe from Aston Villa, because I think they are.
So before you go to Aston Villa, between Vardy and Madison, who is the best pick and why?
Vardy, because he's the striker, he's the penalty taker. So that puts him at a very good position when it comes to getting goals compared to
Madison. That's Leicester City. How about the other teams? That's Villa, Burnley, Crystal Palace and Everton. Who are the players to watch?
With Villa, Danny Ings coming back to the team, and he got 2 goals last game week. So he has a good momentum going forward, and given an opportunity in this double game week, then he should be able to produce goals.
And I think also Danny Ings has a good chance to play, because the last game we saw Watkins is a 50-50 deal going into this game. So I think Ings is a good option, as you have said.
Yes.
We have another Villa player in the name Coutinho. I have not heard you mention Philippe Coutinho. Are you not considering him, considering that he is playing high up in the pitch?
I am, but if I have to pick between Coutinho and Ings, I'd go with Ings, because he's a striker, and that momentum that he got from scoring two goals in the last game, he will be ready to get more goals if given the opportunity. But Coutinho is also a good pick, considering he didn't start the last game. He got some rest, so he'll be fresh, and he's one of the players also to watch for sure.
That's well noted. And in just 1 minute, I want you to comment on one player that is so underrated. That is Wilfred Zaha. What will you say about Wilfred Zaha going into this game week and considering his previous performance?
And Wilfred Zaha has been performing well. He's the top scorer for Palace in the team. He's also their main top scorers, and these are very important aspects in Fantasy Premier League. Someone who's taking the penalties, someone who is a main man that you always expect him to play 90 minutes, and that puts him also at a good position for players to get points in a team which has double game weeks.
Yeah, that's well noted. So our fans, as you have heard, those are some of the players you should be considering going into the double game week. Plus, we have other players having good fixtures which are not double game weeks, as my friend has said. We have people like Salah, we have people like Harry Kane, we have Son Min-young and others. We'll also want to hear from you. You can, in the comment section there, you can tell us which players are you considering, one that you have not mentioned, or the ones that you have said, and you can also tell us the reason why people should consider those players going into the double game week.
Just to add in another good player with a good player who can be a good buy is Ryan Sessegnon from Tottenham.
Yeah, why?
Because Reguilon is out, he's injured, and he'll not be coming back.
He's assured of the minutes.
Yes, he's assured of the minutes because Reguilon will not be coming back, maybe probably next season. So the two games, and Tottenham has Burnley and Norwich, which are fairly good fixtures. And Conte using wing backs means Sessegnon has high chances of getting in the box because he'll be going up.
Having said that, bringing in these players means that you're going to have to sell some of them. So which players are you going to ship out so that you can accommodate these ones?
Misfiring teams, and I'll not spare our director. I know he has Bruno
Fernandes.
Yeah, we
mentioned things in black and white. Just mention.
Yes, I know he has Bruno Fernandes. Probably he's even captained him.
So Man United players, we ship them out. Which other players? What about Broja?
Broja
Southampton, they are facing my team Liverpool.
Broja also out. He's not been in good form lately. He's been struggling. Not just him, but Southampton generally. If you have their players, you are at risk because they have been struggling for points.
So he's a sell-out player.
Yes, he's a sell-out player.
Which other player have we not mentioned that you think someone should get rid of?
Lacazette, he's not been playing of late, so if you have him. Also, Smith Rowe has been sitting out for quite some time. The competition between him and Martinelli has been very interesting to watch, but of late Martinelli has been getting the nod.
So in summary, if you are having a player having a single game week, you can ship them out in favor of someone having a double game week.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. So on the final segment, I want us to discuss about the captain picks, and we shall just mention some few topics, the ones that you think will be highly considered, or in your opinion will be a good pick or will hold big in this game week. So let's hear from you. Who will be your captain pick this game week?
This game week, I will go. It is a tight race between Sonny and Salah, and I have all of them.
They don't have double game week. Why would you really go with them?
They don't have a double game week. For Sonny, his form of lately speaks for itself. He has 21 goals, just one less than Salah's, and he's not taken any penalties. Remember that. He's not taken any penalties, so he's in really good form and he has a very good fixture. For Salah, I will say he's been misfiring, but if you know Salah as a manager, he's someone you can never count out.
You can never dismiss him.
Yes, and this is the time he's also facing Southampton, which is a team at its lowest point in the season. So it is a good game for him to announce, to remind the people that he's still the king.
The king of FPL, that's correct.
Yes.
How about players having double game weeks like Coutinho or Ings? Will you not trust them with the armband this game week?
Players having double game weeks, we've already mentioned, they are good picks, and yeah, they are good picks. I'd advise someone to take. For me personally, I don't have most of them. I have only Vardy and Maddison, but I've already settled with Salah. I feel like this is the time that he's going to announce himself back.
So seemingly my friend has already made up his mind. He's going with
Yes.
Salah or Son. For me, I have Felipe Coutinho, and I'll be trusting with the Urban this game week, considering that you'll be playing very high up in the pitch now that Ole Watkins is not assured to play. So I'll go with Felipe Coutinho, and that also makes him a good differential. But there are also other differential having double game weeks, as I've said. We have Richarlison, we have Jamie Vardy, and we have Danny Ings. So I think those players are good also to be considered during this game week. What's your opinion about that?
Yeah, they are good players to be considered for that, because as I said before, just double game week is like having two players, having
Playing
an extra
twice.
player. Yes.
Yeah.
So they are good players, and another person maybe you can add on the list you just mentioned is Luca Digne. He's also back from injury and is going to play also. He is someone who always gets points through assists and running in the field, running up in the field. You know, he's an attacking fullback, so he's also a good player that you can consider bringing in your team.
Apart from the captain picks, which other differential having single game weeks do you think people should consider for the armband differential
For the armband?
Yeah.
Differential. I've already mentioned Salah.
Yeah.
Son.
Which other player do you think people should consider having single game week?
A Manchester City player, you know, the Kevin De
Bruyne. There's no rotational risk on Kevin De Bruyne.
No, right now Pep knows. You know, the league, even though they have the lead, you know, mathematically it can still slip away. So I don't expect Pep to rest. If rotating, he always rotates. But you know, he has that group of core players that do not rotate easily. Main players in the team, the likes of De Bruyne. In the defense, Ruben Diaz when he's fit. We have Cancelo. Such players don't rotate easily. Bernardo Silva, Foden. So if you have such players also, it's a good pick.
I know there's this rule that you normally tell me in FPL you have to put aside your personal feelings and your team. But you have not mentioned any Chelsea asset going into this game week.
Yes, that
Do you have any Chelsea player first of all?
I have two of them.
Don't you think they'll be a good pick going into this game week?
They are good players, but just as you said, the rule that I told you, now that shows I also follow the rule. I do have Mason Mount. In fact, he was my captain last game week, and I do have Reece James, but I feel like this is Salah's time. You know, you have to go with instincts, not your loyalty. Yeah.
You put aside your team loyalty.
Yes.
This is like what?
This is it's just like real life. The way Gerrard is coaching for Aston Villa. You know, when he comes to Liverpool, he's an Aston Villa. He works for Aston Villa, and even Lampard celebrated Everton's goal. So it's just like that. You know, no hard feelings. I'm a Chelsea fan, but
no hard feelings.
Yes.
There it is, fans from my friend. We have heard that going into this double game week, we have mentioned the differential player you should consider. We have talked about the double game week. If you have a chip, this is the right time to unleash the chip. Don't hold on to it, as this is the second last game week. From the captain picks, you have heard that you consider people like Jamie Vardy. We have Mo Salah and Son Min-young. So we also want to hear from you down there in the comment section. Which player are you considering from the captain armband? And then at the end of the game week, we shall weigh who did better. So until the next segment, see you next time. Cheers.